Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy DLloyd. So Kevin Durant, man, this man just got interviewed by the Wall Street Journal. Is definitely one heck of an article. It was written by J.R. Moringer, I believe his name is. Hopefully I'm not butchering it. He did a phenomenal job putting together this piece. I will link it in the description so you guys can check it out. It is called Kevin Durant's New Headspace. Of course, it's behind a paywall. It's the Wall Street Journal. So if you guys aren't subscribed, you won't be able to read the full article. But I'm going to basically give you the cliff notes because he talked about quite a few things in this article that we're going to discuss here. He talked about his teammates in Golden State. He talked about possibly whether or not he will ever return to Oklahoma City. He talked about quite a few things and even why he decided to go play for the Brooklyn Nets. The first thing he really talked about, though, like we just said, was about his teammates in Golden State. And you could tell by just how he was answering some of these questions, at least how the article was written, that yes, he did enjoy his time with the Golden State Warriors. However, he never truly felt embraced by Oakland or by the Bay Area in general. And he felt the media and everybody else basically, grouped everybody together. When he means everybody, he's talking about Steph, Klay, Draymond, and even Andre Iguodala. And he kept saying it's the Warriors and KD. It's KD and the Warriors. It's never really everybody. And he felt that he would just never truly be one of the guys. And I think that was a major reason why Kevin Durant ultimately ended up leaving Golden State. And this is something that, I think the way you're saying this, right? Like, I was never one of the guys. I was never really there. It seems like this really wasn't just a spare the moment decision to leave, right? It wasn't something that just happened in the NBA Finals and the injury. Now you're deciding to leave. This is something that has been lingering with Kevin Durant. And one thing that we know about Kevin Durant is he goes through those emotions, right? And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but he's constantly thinking about how people are perceiving him, right? How he's being portrayed in the media. He doesn't like the media. And he even said, let me see if we can get the exact wording here at the bottom. Some days I hate the circus of the NBA. He says, some days I hate that the players let the NBA business, the frame that comes with the business, alter their minds about the game. So clearly, he's not a big fan of a lot of stuff that goes on. He's just a guy who truly wants to play basketball, right? He wants to try to win championships, and that's mainly all he wants to do. But you're in the NBA, and unfortunately, that's what comes with the NBA, right? The media that you don't like, that's ultimately is what is encouraging the fans to come out here, buy tickets. The media pays all of this money to be able to broadcast the games on their stations. Those are the reasons why you're making the type of money that you are making. So although, yes, you could always sympathize with somebody who just wants to do their job, right? And they don't want the whole circus that comes with it. At the same time, that circus is paying your bills. That circus is why you are making the paycheck that you're making and you're living the lifestyle that you're currently living. So this is something that players in the NBA, you don't technically sign up for it when you're just playing basketball. But once you become a professional in the NBA specifically and you're a star player, like a Kevin Durant, who decides to leave a small market and go to a market like the Golden State Warriors in the middle of the dynasty, that's what's going to come with the territory. One of the reasons why he decided to go to the Brooklyn Nets, at least the reason that he gave, was that Brooklyn has shown nothing but love every time he stepped into the Barclays, and he felt that people just liked his game down there, and they showed him that love and excitement. That was one of the main reasons, and that he could team up with Kyrie Irving, who he called his best friend in the league. Now, I knew him and Kyrie Irving are cool, and maybe I'm missing. I would never have, said they were best of friends. Yes, they've said it before. I just never really seen that connection or believed that connection. But once again, he is saying that that's his best friend in the NBA, and that was one of the main reasons he decided to go down to Brooklyn. Of course, you're also even able to bring in a guy like DeAndre Jordan into the mix with the salary cap situation, who we do know is friends with a Kevin Durant. So I think that's absolutely true. Those are some of the main reasons he did decide to go down to the Brooklyn Nets. He was also asked at some point would he ever return to Oklahoma City one day? And this is where he started to kind of diss Oklahoma City quite a bit. So he basically said that when he decided to leave to go to Golden State, basically the fact that fans and people in the organization, since they couldn't respect that, it rubbed him the wrong way. And to all fairness, right, he did play out his contract. He never forced his way out of Oklahoma City. He did play. He was an unrestricted free agent. That is your right as an unrestricted free agent. However, the fact that you went to Golden State, right, the team that you're up 3-1 against, the team that was just in the NBA Finals, that is going to give people the impression, that you're just trying to bandwagon, right? You're trying to jump on the team that's already winning, try to get you a couple of championships, even if that's not the case. Because, of course, nobody 100% knows what was going through the mind of Kevin Durant before that, his exact relationship with Russell Westbrook, his exact relationship with the rest of the organization, where he's seen the organization going in the future. There's a ton of things that he could have thought about, but he also has to understand how it's going to appear to people. And that's definitely how it's going to appear to people. But he said he couldn't respect that they didn't respect that, he decided to leave. And this is basically what he said. He said, quote, it was such a venomous, toxic feeling when I walked into that arena talking about going back to Oklahoma City. And just that organization, the trainers and the equipment managers, those dudes is pissed off at me. Ain't nobody talking to me. I'm like, yo, this is where we're going with this, because I left the team and went to play for another team. Then he said, I'll never be attached to that city again because of that. I eventually wanted to come back to the city and be a part of the community and the organization, but I just don't trust nobody there. That stuff must have been fake. What was they doing? The organization, the general manager. I ain't talked to none of those people ever. They never had a nice exchange with me since I've left. So definitely some big, important words there, basically saying he's never, ever, ever going back to playing for Oklahoma City. And you could tell like that bridge is completely burned with Oklahoma City. Of course, now it's the team in terms of just personnel wise is completely different now that they even got rid of Russell Westbrook. But the organization, people in the organization, he said pretty much rubbed in the wrong way also. So a lot of stuff here. In this article, basically, he said that they were phony during his time there, really just giving it to Oklahoma City. The Warriors thing, he seemed cool with. He just seemed like he couldn't fit in. Ultimately, he wanted to be a place where he could fit in. He seems excited about Brooklyn. He seems absolutely pissed off about Oklahoma City to this day. So that means it definitely had an impact on him one way or the other. But you guys let me know what you guys think about basically all that Kevin Durant said. Do you see any scenario where, there's any possible way he could make up with anybody in Oklahoma City? Is he going to just hate them for the rest of his life? It seems like he's going in that direction. What do you think about him saying that he just never fit in? It was always the Warriors and Kevin Durant. I mean, I believe that. And you can't argue with that. I mean, you look at it. Klay Thompson was drafted. Stephen Curry, Draymond Green. Those were like the babies, right? They were drafted by that team, by that city. And then you had Andre Iguodala came in and just was like that missing piece that really helped push them. He won Finals MVP. He did a lot of things for him. Then you bring in Kevin Durant, and although he was the best player on that team, and to me, Kevin Durant, one of not top 2, maybe 3 players in the world, that's always going to be Steph's team. I think Kevin Durant's a better talent. That's Steph's team. And I think that ultimately got to him. I think that ultimately was the reason why he is now in Brooklyn teaming up with Kyrie Irving. But you guys let me know your guys' thoughts on this in the comment section below. It's your boy DLloyd. I'm going to see y'all next time. Peace.